left and complete to Thornton.
And he's got some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
The Patriots at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing, Jones.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Jones. Open man, the tight end Henry. Touchdown! Hunter Henry. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Patriots get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he wisely will throw that one away. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the 1st, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. It's Eckler again. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
This defense for the Patriots, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. That's good. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Gets it quickly out wide to Thornton.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Open man here, the tight end Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Patriots have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game. And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up, They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
To throw on 3rd down. Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
Taking it about the 1.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Juwan Bentley.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Now Zuerlein on and the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Isaiah McKenzie, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chargers get a bit closer.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 28-7 ball game.
Dustin Hopkins, the kickoff for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his 1st. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And it's taken in at the 9.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Herbert going to keep it on the sneak.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on third and goal? Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Austin Eckler, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that
he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense. So
the pass to Henry is intercepted. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, it's Herbert. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to let it go again. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Charger drive about to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert now. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Herbert back to the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having. Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Herbert. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Throwing, Jones. Open man, the tight end, Henry. And they work this out past the 25. That's good for 28 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. "35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. The center receiver in motion to the right. Third and long, it's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From just shy of midfield, Jones.
Downfield and caught by Thornton.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards to pick up there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Austin Johnson, the one who makes the stop defensively.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Jones.
There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots.
Hunter Henry. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Pats are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Zuerlein now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Chargers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. He'll get this to Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's got Allen. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Eckler trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Eckler again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
Fielded just inside the 20.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive. And in a relatively quick...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. On 1st down, Justin Herbert flush to his right. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 75. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game.
Herbert.
And he's got his man on the out route. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Now Jones.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
To throw is Jones. That's caught by Thornton.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Herbert. Finding Allen. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do. And think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
And that's complete to McKenzie. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Herbert going to throw.
He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it's good. He got it. He missed his lone attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And it'll be a good time in the Back Bay tonight. The Patriots have won the football game.
Well, a couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for New England, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.